After over 5 years of driving my CRV and over 22,000 miles, it's time to change my brake pads in this lifted CRV. What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of JDM for All, and today we are going to be changing the brake pads on my 2003 lifted Honda CRV. We're going to be changing the front pads and the rears, and the rears are actually really bad, guys. The fronts are, they can be changed too, but the rears are definitely bad, and I'm going to show you them when I remove them. So we just went to O'Reilly's and I picked up some brake pads. I picked up some ceramics for the front and some organics for the back. I know it probably sounds like a weird choice of brake pads having ceramic in front and organic in back, but most of the braking is done from the front brakes, and I do want to make sure that I have some really good braking power for my front brakes because I do have bigger tires on the CRV and I want to make sure that my CRV does stop well. And this is going to be a great video, so make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you guys aren't already. Alright guys, so we just got the driver's side front brake pads changed out. Now it's time to do the other side, but first, I wanted to show you guys the brake pads in the front. They're not too bad. They definitely could have lasted a little longer. They're probably about half worn out, but I want to show you guys the rears because they are really bad. These are the driver's side front that we just pulled out, and this is what they're supposed to look like. Obviously, yeah, they were worn, but they're not too bad. They could have lasted a little longer. Alright guys, so the rear brake pads on the driver's side are done as well. If you guys were wondering how to change the brakes on a Honda CRV, and basically most Hondas, the Civics are basically set up the same way. On the caliper, there is a pivot bolt down here. You just take that out, and then the caliper will pivot up and down, and you can take out the pads. Then you just use a C-clamp to press in the piston in the caliper and put the new pads in and put it all back together. Also, when you're changing your brake pads, it's a good idea to open the brake fluid reservoir cap just to make sure the fluid can raise back up without any resistance, and this way you won't have any of your brake lines burst, and it will be less likely that you run into any problems with your brake lines or fluid. So after owning my 2003 Honda CRV for over 5 years and driving it for over 22,000 miles, I've never changed my brake pads. It's time to check out my back brakes because they were squeaking, and that's why I ended up changing all of these pads. So this is what the brand new pads for my CRV look like and what they're supposed to look like. And this is what my rear pads looked like after we removed them. They're not to the point that it was metal on metal, but these are pretty thin for brake pads. Definitely not something that you want to see, especially if you drive on freeways all the time. So I am glad that I changed them. They were squeaking, they were making a lot of noise. They definitely did need to be changed. And brake pads are something that you want to change before they do become super bad, because they are a safety concern and you do want to be able to stop your vehicle. And now my brakes work so much better. It is a good feeling to have brand new parts on your car. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for making it this far. If you haven't already, do not forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video.